penis.
Did it?
First thing Bepin's does. Look at the hog on that thing.
He's hanging low.
That thing just locked my arm.
That's pretty much it. Yep.
Fucking penis.
So.
It's a what?
Ouroboros. It's a snake that eats its own tail. It's
No,
infinity.
penis.
No, it doesn't. That's just legs.
No,
That's
it looks.
a fucking penis.
It looks like there's this like Japanese ghost thing. I can't remember what it is, but I know that I watched on like they were talking about on like Myth Hunters or something, and it's some kind of giant Japanese ghost, and that's kind of what it looks like.
In the middle of Europe in World War One.
Well, that's not candied up in any way. That's actual gameplay footage, isn't it?
Looks like
I
it.
don't think
Or
so.
cutscene, maybe.
Hey,
Cutscene,
Shadow,
yeah.
Maybe.
Shadow, is that the correct mud? Is that correct?
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
It didn't rain
I don't think so.
ever.
I don't think that tree's supposed to be there.
Okay. So that was that. Speaking about World War II, is Dunkirk trailer.
We were actually talking about World War One, but yeah.
I know.
Wow.
Try to transition here.
Hey, look,
Speaking of world wars,
What has happened is a
This
colossal
movie I'm excited
military
Nah, I
disaster.
am too.
from Christopher Nolan, more water.
even more water than last
We shall go
time.
on to the end.
When he thought he could get more explosions,
We shall
he
never
hired Michael
surrender.
Bay.
It's a shit ton of extras in that movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys on that
The
beach.
call went out. We have to go to
400
Dunkirk. Ready on the stern line.
What are you doing? You know where we're going.
Into war, George.
I'll be useful, sir.
One of ours. He's on me.
I'm on him.
The ship's about to leave.
Down you go.
They need to send more ships. Every hour the enemy pushes closer. They've activated the civilian boats. Civilians? We need destroyers. Where are we going?
Dunkirk.
I'm not going back. If we go there, we'll die. You're weekend sailors, not the bloody Navy. You should be at home.
There's no hiding from this, son. We have a job to do.
Turn it around!
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds.
We shall never
We shall never
surrender.
We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender.
That's like the worst feeling
Where's the
ever.
bloody Air Force?
I'm actually amazed Shadow didn't say a goddamn word.
Well, it's Nolan.
I like
It's,
their accents.
it's a part of history that,
That
should be
looks
talked
scary
about.
as shit.
I agree.
Being stuck between those two boats.
I hope it stays true to.
Yeah, I really do too, as well.
Really? That's it, Shadow? That's it? No
Yeah.
criticism?
Not
I
gonna
have
sit there
no
and say they're using
criticism.
the wrong kind of boats. They didn't have those kind of
He-
airplanes.
Nolan has basically gone over and beyond to try to keep it as historically as
Yeah,
accurate
they
as possible.
they
cockpit's
repaired
the
a.
wrong
I think
kind
they
of
repaired a
bubble.
I did point
battleship.
that out. I did point that out just because, as far as I'm aware, the bubble style canopies didn't really take until later in the war. But yeah, I'm happy to see them tell the story of Dunkirk.
Yeah,
It's an
never
amazing
hear about
point
it.
of history, and it looks like they're really going to focus on what is amazing about the situation, which is basically one of the main reasons why a lot of soldiers made it home and back to England was because the British called out and said, anybody who has a boat that can cross the channel, get on your boat and come over, and they did. And that's just astounding that they did that, because they were going into a situation where
Well, anytime
they
you lay
were
your
going
life
to
on the
die.
line for others, yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth
And
talking
it
about.
wasn't even a question of putting your life on the line. It was that if they did not do this, England lost the war. And it was the aspect of they did that, and by the fact that they didn't get all 400,000 home, they ended up getting like, I think it was like 320,000, upwards almost about 300,000. But the fact they did that alone is one of the main reasons why the British could continue fighting,
Right.
because they actually had an army still.
They had people to defend themselves with.
Yeah, if the British Expedition Force did not make it home, British had like 20,000 troops in uniform, like they had nothing. So it's just this is an amazing part of history that should be taught, because it's just, and Churchill's speech there at the end, we will fight on the beaches, we will fight on the oceans, and it's everybody knows, Americans know World War II for, you know, what America did, but it's really kind of shocking and amazing what England actually did between 1939 and 1941.
Yeah.
And this is history that should be really, you should just be sitting there and kind of amazed at what people will do in that situation.
I like the fact that we're at a point where we can really use cinema to show a lot more of how real things were. I mean, you know, it used to be kind of, people had to fill in a lot of blanks because the best they could do was, you know, kind of hokey and, you know.
What's
And now
that?
they can really project what it was like for those situations.
Everyday people, and it's the aspect of what happened, and you know, it was a serious situation. I mean, shit. It's, you know, in World War I, the war was stagnant for 4 years. In 3 months, Germany took over pretty much all of Europe. It's people had no idea how to react to it. It was just, it's astounding. And one little dinky island nation with a complete stuck-up prick prime minister basically said, fuck you, you ain't doing what you don't have a choice, we're going to fight you. And they did. And they did with an unbelievable amount of just British mentality. It's really amazing what happened. It really is. People give a lot of credit to Russia for beating the Germans, and for all extensive purpose, the Russians really did. They kind of broke Hitler's back. But the British basically were the first nation in the world that kind of said fuck you to Hitler, and when Hitler came after him, they punched him in the mouth. And for all extensive purpose, they had no right or reason to do so.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
they're separated by the channel.
Well, having that big moat does help a lot.
Yeah.
But this was the beginning of the aspect of the British were not going to give up easily.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have civilians out there picking up troops and overloading fucking 20-foot boats in order to get them back home, that says a lot about the resolve of a nation. It really, really, really does. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to it.
The one thing I liked in that was the ticking clock in the background. That was awesome. That was a really good trailer.